We need to update you on President Trump's controversial relationship with the National Enquirer and its owner, David Pecker. The New York Times reporting, quote, he, Mr. Trump, and his lawyer at the time, Michael D. Cohen, devised a plan to buy up all the dirt on Mr. Trump that the Enquirer had and its parent company had collected on him, dating back to the 1980s. That plan was never finalized, but the report comes days after the Associated Press reported that some of the information was kept in a safe devoted specifically to sensitive material. And Michael Cohen also testified under oath. The president himself directed him to make payments to two women to prevent them from speaking publicly about their alleged sexual affairs ahead of the 2016 election. Robert Bianchi is a criminal defense attorney and a former prosecutor. He joins me now to help understand this. Okay. Cohen and the president, they never went through with this plan, but what does it signal that the president was willing to pay for all this dirt on him? And what could it mean for the president? Because a novice could say, I don't know, isn't this what all politicians do? You know,
that argument keeps getting made. When I was the head of a prosecutorial agency in charge of all corruption cases, that was a constant refrain. We just didn't know. And sometimes you'll take that into consideration as a prosecutor. This is a little different. I'll tell you why, Stephanie. They're in a room. We have a tape. The tape is talking about, we got to buy these stories. They're talking about polls, which is connected to the election. And he's basically saying, we're going to get Weisselberg, the accountant, involved in this. No.
Who's now Weisselberg, who's now cooperating.
Look at who's cooperating and getting the immunity deals. You got Weisselberg, you got Cohen that's given statements. You've got all up the chain of command to one person that's pointing to is Trump. Here's what they come up with. President Trump says cash, which is a big red flag for prosecutors. No. We got to set up this account over here, Stephanie, and then we got to make funnel payments through that. And then on the other end of that account, when I get paid back, what does it get listed as? Legal fees. What does that essentially do? There's no one that could possibly see, based upon how the money flowed, what it was for. If that is not, whether you like Trump, don't like Trump, that's not the point. But as a prosecutor, if I had to make the prosecutorial decision, which I did for 6 years as the head prosecutor, I'd say this isn't just an innocent ministerial effect. That tape clearly shows a conspiracy to hide this.
Then what's the punishment for it?
Well, listen, that's going to be difficult because he is in a unique position as the president with respect to this. Can you indict him? Can you not indict him? He's certainly, the framers of the Constitution put the impeachment power in there with respect to him. But listen, Stephanie, I've said this before. Mark my words on this. There could be sealed indictments that come down the road, and also in order to protect.
What does that mean?
Well, a sealed indictment could be preserving the statute of limitations on a crime that has been committed, but the president would not have to defend that indictment because of this idea of the DOJ in a memorandum, which could change at any moment if they so choose to change it, that the president can't be charged with that. But also watch this. Here's the sidebar. I've been saying it for months. People are starting to come around to the idea. Watch state prosecutors that are working with the Mueller team to get around the pardon power. There's no way a guy like Mueller and the FBI, and I've worked joint investigations with them, I defend people in joint investigations. There's no way they just kind of innocently forgot to include the state prosecutors. No way.
Oh, damn. All right, now let's turn to Paul Manafort, who, of course, is Trump's former campaign chairman. It has been reported that Mueller's team is weighing the idea to retry him on the 10 counts that the jury could not come to a unanimous decision on. How do you see this playing out?
This is a tough thing for Mueller, and I'll tell you why I was concerned about this. The judge in that case, I felt, was very unfair to the prosecutors. I thought he interjected himself in ways that he shouldn't. He demeaned and disparaged the prosecutors in front of the jury. And at the end of a case, Stephanie, the defense gets to make a legal motion to have the judge throw all the charges out. Who knows what this judge is going to do? So those federal prosecutors are going to say, wait, before we make a decision on the other 10 counts that we could still try, we want to see what the judge is going to do in this case. Of course, they're going to go forward also with the D.C. case because they've got him in basically a 7 to 9 year sentence now. And on the D.C. case, if they get him convicted, they probably at that point in time would have no problem with getting rid of those other charges. They've already got their pound of flesh.
Oof. Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.